Lend me your ear. I got something you need to hear. Turn the volume up so it's loud and clear. A podcast where we talk about politics and culture, unscripted, no limits. Like a 504 soldier, we're not pretenders, ain't no agendas. Our only plan is to keep it 100 and do it for the fam. Yeah. What up, what up, what up?
What's going on?
Same old same. I'm 6 Mil, keeping it trill.
It's your boy KG.
Welcome to episode 23 of For the Fam podcast.
Yes, sir. Michael Jordan episode.
That's what's up. How you feeling today, bro? You good?
Yeah, man, you know, doing all right, man. Just like I told you when I walked in, blood pressure up, but you know, it's all good, man.
All right, cool. What you want to get into today? What are we going to get into today?
You know what? Today we're gonna do something different. We're just gonna talk about a myriad of topics, and you know, I guess just kind of basically expose the audience to what our phone conversations be like.
All right, yeah. I'm cool with that. And so we've been the last few episodes we've been hitting some pretty heavy topics. The news has been pretty heavy the last few weeks. So we just want to take this episode to sort of decompress. I'm sure you guys are probably feeling the weight of all of the heavy news. I know for a fact we are. So yeah, guys, we're just gonna pretty much go unscripted today. We'll probably hit some heavy topics, but we won't dive deep into them. We're just gonna like see where the conversation takes us. But yeah, we're gonna try and keep it light today and just let you guys hang out with us for a little while. So with that being said, bro, you want me to begin? You want to begin?
Yeah, you can go ahead and begin. I know you want to talk about something we talk about often.
Yeah. So so with this new UFO alien discussion being relevant again, and I think it all started when Brian Tyler Cohen did the interview with Obama Super Bowl weekend, and he asked him something about UFOs, and Obama basically said no, but then he tried to walk it back later, which I don't know why he tried to walk it back. But I wanted to get into that, and you know, with Hillary being questioned the other day, they were asking her about UFOs. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to let everyone know what I feel personally about aliens and UFOs and the space program, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just going to just go right for the jugular. Excuse me, right off the top. Do I believe aliens exist? I have my thinking has evolved on this topic. So let me be specific when I say, do I think aliens exist in our solar system? No. Definitively, no. Do I think aliens exist within our galaxy? Perhaps. There's a chance. The galaxy is huge. But as far as our solar system, no. Aliens do not exist. Have aliens ever visited Earth? No, they have not. And if anyone says they have, show me the evidence. Obama just told you there is
show me the dope you've been smoking.
Or that. I mean, he just basically said Area 51 thing is non-existent. You can say it's a cover-up, conspiracy, whatever. The man has no reason to lie. Not only that, how many presidents you think they all are retaining that same lie? It's hard enough to get two people to stay on code for that long. So yeah, that's just my take on aliens. How you feel about it, bro?
So I've always said that the same thing in our solar system, no, because we would have found some sort of alien life form by now.
Correct. Which there's none on any planet,
right,
in our solar system.
And by alien life form, I mean any living organism.
Correct.
We would be arrogant as hell to think that in all the millions and millions of galaxies that there's nothing out there. I think we would be arrogant as hell. But there are so many reasons as to why these, like living on Mars and all that dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
And let me rephrase that. Dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
It is dumb. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that anyone listens to any human being that says that we can live on Mars, it literally is some of the dumbest shit I have ever heard.
No air, no water, nothing that we need to survive. And not only that, bro. So here are some things to consider. I'm going to get kind of technical here. When we talk about leaving our galaxy, well, not even leaving our galaxy. Let's stick within our galaxy, but outside of our solar system. You're talking thousands of light years. If you don't understand what a light year is, please look it up. But to make it plain, if something is 5,000 light years away, that basically means it will take them 5,000 years to get to planet Earth. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if an alien left 5,000 years ago to get here, none of us will be around to see it. We'll be long gone.
Yeah.
And whatever they were coming to explore after 5,000 years would be something totally different than their original plan. The whole thing is just extremely ludicrous, like you were saying. But to get back to this Mars thing, I need everyone to understand the rocket ship and the fuel tanks. Those humongous cylinders on the side of the rocket ship when it blasts off, that's all fuel. You guys need to understand how much fuel it would actually take to get to Mars. When we get there, again, I just said, there's no air, there's no water, there's no materials, which means we're going to have to transport materials to Mars to build a structure, take oxygen with us. No, people, no. It's really just unfathomable. Better not use that word. It's unthinkable at this point.
So I'm glad you mentioned bringing stuff with us.
Yeah.
Let's just assume we got enough fuel
Mm-hmm.
to go there and back 12 times.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happens. The air on Mars is 100 times thinner than the air on Earth. Parachutes don't work. They don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that not only is the vessel going at speeds that are just unfathomable.
Thank you. I cannot get that
Hey,
out.
I just almost stumbled over. Unfathomable. And the heat. Like literally we would hit it and incinerate.
Well, the temperature period would fluctuate so much.
Yeah.
That you're either going to be extremely hot or you're going to be extremely cold. So whatever structure you're going to build probably needs an infinite power source to regulate the temperature, to regulate the oxygen levels. It is really just crazy to even think. So no, I know your president, because he's not mine. Your president just said a couple of weeks ago that we're talking about going to live on Mars. No, you're
Bye.
not.
Good. No. Bye.
Well, you can go try. That'd be great for everyone, but you're not going to live on Mars because you're going to die.
3 months into the trip.
You're going to die. Yeah. I mean, that's not funny, but it's funny to think that.
Well, the thing is once you start that trip, if something happens halfway through it, which a round trip, like I think I may or may not have mentioned, it's like 21 months a round trip. If something goes wrong 3 months into the trip, you can't just turn around.
Right.
It's a wrap.
Right.
Remember in Avengers when Nebula set Tony Stark in the front and was like, yeah, he goes. He out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Miss Marvel hadn't showed up,
He'd have been, yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, he's toast. It's yeah. So yes, people. You can call me closed-minded all you want to. I like to think of myself as being logical when it comes to this. And here's where my logical brain can't turn off. If you're thinking, yeah, you're narrow-minded, we need to explore. You think about how much money we actually waste on the space program, and we get little return on investment.
My pushback on anyone saying that we need to explore, 3 letters. Why?
no,
I mean, in all
no,
seriousness.
no. You're right.
Now you telling me to explore the ocean, things of that nature? Yeah, because what? We're like barely in double digits
Mm-hmm.
of the amount of the earth that we have
Mm-hmm.
explored. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, the ocean that we have explored. I'm cool with that. Oh man, we dove here, we did that. Now civilians going down clearly is a bad idea.
Right.
But for some reason we keep doing this dumb shit.
Yeah, those guys were just, yeah, I don't understand what they were thinking. I really don't.
Or when you hear people say, yeah, I volunteer to go to space. Why?
Well, for what? Do you know how much money it costs those people going up on those private trips to space? It's like $1 million for like a 10-minute trip. So when you factor in that, one, these people are getting paid, and that's the real hustle, is they're getting paid. But think about the space budget, the NASA budget. How much money these fools are wasting for their little 10-minute trip up into space. If you took
Then coming
all,
back acting like they did something.
yeah, if you took all of that money and put it into cancer research, if you took all of that money and put it into ending homelessness, if you took that money and put it into Alzheimer's research, if you took that money and put it into ending world hunger, there is absolutely nothing you can say that will justify spending this money going into space. It's literally a waste of resources, in my opinion. So here's where I push back on the closed-minded thing, because I think of it as like this. And we did an episode on education being sort of a gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people who dropped out of law school because they couldn't afford it. A lot of people dropped out of medical school because they couldn't afford it. There may be a great mind somewhere working at Walmart or Target that just didn't get the opportunity to go to school. So my excuse me, forward thinking is, if we took all of that money and invested it into education, perhaps we could cure some of these diseases. Perhaps we can cure measles, since we got to deal with that shit again. I mean, I'm just saying,
We can talk for hours about just the levels of. And look, for those who are wondering, no, we are not pro government to the fact, or we're pro medicine, we're pro
for sure,
science.
for sure.
We're not idiots though. We don't just jump on everything that comes out like a dog in heat. We don't do that. But this whole thing with measles making a return, polio,
Nuts.
what?
Yeah. Things that were gone in the 60s
Hells.
are back because we have a non-health official running the Department of Health. Guy has no medical degrees as far as I know. Because you work out and you sell supplements online, which is something they should be looking into as far as his anti-vax stance and all of this stuff. Is this just a way for you to sell your supplements? Or do you actually believe that medicine is basically bad for people? Something they should investigate, in my opinion, but also a reason why we don't put unqualified idiots like this in charge of important social programs.
So it goes back to what we talked about the other day. And I think I told you, if you started a business and you were like, hey, I need you to be a CEO,
Mm-hmm.
I would have the wherewithal to look at you and say, hey man, I'm not qualified for that.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you, but I'm not qualified for that.
Mm-hmm.
This dude done went out and it seems like he purposely set out to find people who have been
He did.
cast out as he has. And when I say that, I mean that.
No, he did.
That dude was not like Trump has been cast out by that community in New York City. None of them liked him. Hollywood didn't like him. Nobody liked him. So what he did is like he went out and found loyal people who really didn't know that much and put them in positions. And look, I know this is just an ongoing joke, but in all seriousness, bro, why are you wearing jeans all the time? Why are you getting in a cold tub?
Yeah,
with
who
jeans
works out in jeans, bro?
with no shoes on?
That shit is so uncomfortable. I, I don't know, bro.
It like we are literally. When was the last time you watched Idiocracy?
Oh, it's been some years, but you're right. We are living in that time.
I watched it 2 days ago again.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene when they're in the Oval Office and he was just like, who the hell told you I was the smartest person in the world? He was like, what a test you took.
Yeah.
And then eventually they're talking and then they got to the Secretary of Education.
Yeah.
And that fool was holding that globe in front of his face and he was cross-eyed.
Yeah.
And he said he's the president's stepbrother.
Yeah.
But he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
It seems like that's what we have.
Yeah.
Like as someone who grew up as a diehard wrestling fan, if you'd have told me 20 years ago, hey, that lady right there,
Linda McMahon,
is going to be the Secretary of Education. Now keep in mind, I feel like I know that family because I watched wrestling since I was a kid. So I know she has no educational background.
Correct.
So when her name came up, I immediately said to myself, why would they pick her?
I've always wondered, why would you accept the position?
No, thank you.
For a department that they're actively trying to get rid of. I never even understood that. We want you to be head of the Department of Education, but we're also actively trying to get rid of the Department of Education. So, yeah, you good with that? Yeah. I mean, that basically means your job is going to be obsolete, but you're still good with that? Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. The whole thing is just nuts.
Well, everything about this is like if you'd have told me you and I, like the day we graduated high school, hey, we're going to transport y'all to 2026, February 28th, 2026. We're going to let you watch the news for 15 minutes. And then we came back to 1993. They'd have locked us up. They would have been like, who going to be president? That dude that was just on Home Alone a couple years ago?
Right.
That idiot that was on Home Alone. That dude.
Right.
The one that hustles steaks and wine and
Trump knives and all kind of silly, yeah.
Because all of that stuff was around when we were kids.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the president?
Yeah. I don't know about you, bro, but I would probably look at myself and go, well, at least you in good shape, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but hold up. With that same thing, for myself, being only what, 155 pounds when we graduated?
Yeah.
I would have saw myself in 2026 and been like, oh, you need to start working out. You need to start working out right now.
Oh man. Good stuff, bro. So let's put a pin in that and transition to this. I don't what do you call them? What do you classify these guys as, man? I don't, because I know there's a term or so. I mean, I want to say incel, but I don't think incel encapsulates everyone that we want to discuss.
Assholes?
Well, shit, let's go with assholes. These assholes who hate women. I don't understand these guys. And it's not just a racial thing. It's black, it's white, and everything in between. I don't understand this community that actively hates women. Make me understand it, bro.
So for those who are wondering, we're talking about the Andrew Tates of the world, the Kevin Samuels, rest in peace.
Nick Fuentes, these type dudes.
These types of people. Make no mistakes about it. It is hatred toward women. If you expect or want, and yes, I'm going to say this shit with my whole chest. If you expect or want your wife to wait on you hand and foot, you are an asshole. If you expect, now, there has to be And I'm using air quotes, king of the castle. There has to be something. But at the same token, a marriage, a relationship, building a home together, moving into a home together
It's a joint effort.
is a partnership.
Correct.
If you're too cool to cook your wife dinner, you don't deserve that woman. You just don't.
I feel you. I feel you, bro. I don't understand, like, one, I don't understand how these guys intend on attracting a wife. What woman wants to be with you when all you do is degrade her and blame her for all of your hardships? I don't understand what woman's going to be down for that. But at the same time, I'm just like, do you hate your mom? If you have sisters, do you hate your sisters? If you have nieces, do you hate your nieces, your female cousins? If you even have a wife, because some of these dudes, I think, may even have wives or partners already. Do you actively hate them? I Everything isn't a woman's fault that's wrong with your life. At some point, you got to grab the mirror and go, what am I doing wrong? What bad decisions that I made that had me or got me in this position?
And if you think that just because your wife is a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom, that she's responsible for everything, like, yeah, I mean, she's not going. Now, obviously, if you come home and the house is a wreck every single
Sure,
day,
sure,
but even then, that's a conversation to be had as a couple.
correct.
It's not there for you to say, hey, you blankety blankety blank, get your ass up and do this and do that. It's not your place.
You want a slave. You don't
You
want
want
you don't want a companion. You want a
right.
slave.
You want a slave. If your wife is a stay-at-home wife, understand something. That shit is stressful too.
If y'all got small
If
kids
you
and
got
stuff,
small
and she's
kids,
changing diapers and trying to keep up with the kids, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
that shit is stressful too. You cannot expect. When I was married, bro, if I I could hear her voice in my head right now. If I was off work and she came home from working all day, I ain't got an idea of what we eating.
Right.
I don't have an idea. Now, periodically we would talk through the day. On her lunch break, call what you up to, what you doing, yada yada yada. Or I might call her what you up to. But if we haven't discussed what's for dinner, or if we're going out to dinner,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would expect, like, you can't just sit at home all day and do nothing,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're the man or the woman.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect your woman to cook every single meal.
Mm-mm.
You can't her be when you have children. You can't. And I've mentioned it before. I've changed as many diapers. I've
Mm-hmm.
heated up as many bottles.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because I wanted to, and because not doing it in my relationship wasn't going to be tolerated.
Like you said, it's a partnership, though.
And me understanding that it wasn't going to be tolerated doesn't mean that I'm less of a man.
Mm-mm.
It just means that I understand that she has value and what she thinks about how what I'm doing in a relationship is important to me.
So, when I think of love, general, I mean, because love means different things to different people in a general sense. It sort of goes back to the golden rule: do unto others as you have them do unto you. Why would you want to put your wife under that much pressure, that much stress, and not help her out? I It just doesn't make sense to me, right? And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to see your husband under that much stress, pressure, whatever, and not help him out? It
Mhm.
is, I mean, it's not even hard to me. You don't, you do what needs to be done. I think that's the simplest way that I can put it. It's not about traditional gender roles. It's about doing what needs to be done. Sometimes I just need a break. Sometimes she just needs a break. Step in, help out. I got it today, baby. Don't worry about it. You been at work all day, it's cool. Even if you can't cook, then go get a pizza
Do
and have
something.
it sitting on the stove when she walks in the door. Baby, I can't cook, but I went and got some pizza. I went and got some chicken for us. Do something. Hey, I washed the dishes. I took out the trash. I mean, just again, not a traditional gender role. You got to wash the dishes. You gotta do this. You got all that stuff is lame. All of that stuff means that you're not going to be married very long, in my opinion.
That's the perfect word. It is. It's lame.
Yeah.
I know when I was growing up. Now, obviously, I understood that these things existed, but my parents divorced when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I was really young. I know 7, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But my pops, when he got remarried later on, man, he trash, dishes,
For sure.
mopping the floor.
For sure.
Now, they both did because
For
they were
sure.
both
For sure.
very active around the home.
For sure.
My mother as well, obviously. But like my stepmother and pops, like if he was cooking, she was doing something like she was straightening up,
Right.
and vice versa. If
Right.
she was cooking, or hell, back in them days, they do 30 things at one time.
Right. Right.
But my father never said to me, "You see that? That's the man's job."
Mm-hmm.
I just watched the partnership.
Mm-hmm.
I was never taught
Mm-hmm.
gender roles.
And I mean, like, I'm not gonna have my wife out here trying to shovel 3 feet of snow.
No, hell no.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm stronger, because I'm more physically capable. I'm not gonna have my wife out here trying to help me change the brakes on the car. She don't know how, but at the same time, if she wanted to learn, I'd be willing to
Come on
teach
out
her.
here.
Yeah, I'd be willing to
Hell
teach her.
yeah, I could use the help. Come on
Yeah,
out here.
yeah, yeah. And so, you know what I'm saying? Is again, just get rid of the whole idea of traditional gender roles. It's a partnership.
Mhm.
Help out where you can, do what's needed. I do a lot of things I don't want to do,
Every
but
day.
they need to be done, so I do them. I understand. And in order for us to keep harmony in our relationship, that's what I got to do. Not about being a simp, not about your woman run you, your woman got you trained, all that. Nah, it's about a partnership. I don't want that woman to be stressed the same way that I don't want to be stressed. It's just that simple. I try and treat her the same way that I expect her to treat me. Point blank, period, end of the story. I don't even think there's nothing hard about that. Let's talk about these trad wives, bro. This is another phenomenon that I don't understand in this sense. Okay, let me put it like this. If that's something that you and your husband are cool with, then by all means, do your thing.
Yep.
Is not my place to tell y'all what to do in your house behind closed doors. But I guess I don't understand the women that's like actively trying to promote it. Cause it's like you do know that women back then didn't have voting rights,
Couldn't
right?
have bank accounts. Had to
Couldn't
get
have,
their husband's permission to get
yeah,
to open bank
yeah.
accounts in the 70s.
Yeah. So it's like this is what you want is you want to have zero rights. You wanna you you wanna forfeit your rights to own property and land and all of that stuff. Is that what you want to go back to?
Well, here's something that goes back to what you just said a second ago about putting people under stress. And I'm just going to say this again. I'm going to stick my chest out and say this shit. If you come into my life and expect me to do everything, you can leave as fast as your ass got there. If you think that staying at home and doing the stuff at home and then waiting on me to pay every bill just because you know how to cook and clean, because I couldn't clean for my damn self. My mama taught me that at a very young age.
What if you can afford it though?
To do what?
If you can afford to pay everything,
that's not a
and
partnership. That's servitude. That's just me having a slave in my house.
Okay.
Like, to me, and look, I'm saying this as a divorced, and I'm not understand. Man, fool, you couldn't even keep your wife. I understand. I'm saying this as someone who's been through a couple of relationships, and I'm a divorced man. None of those women can say that I ever put my hands on them, treated them bad, and told them that they had gender roles in a relationship. Not a single woman that has ever come into my life can say that I've never cooked, never cleaned, never washed their clothes. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But even if I could afford it, you're gonna get up and do something.
Mm.
Because anything less than that, I just got a prostitute in my house.
Mm. I mean, hey, I don't get it.
I know that sound harsh,
No,
but at the
no,
same,
no.
like I'm gonna be honest with you too. Like when I see these old dudes with these the sugar baby, sugar daddy thing,
Yeah.
you must be out of your damn mind.
Man, you ain't in doing that. You ain't doing nothing but
If
spending money.
if you think that I'm about to put you up in an apartment,
Mhm.
give you an allowance for
Mhm.
what? To
Mhm.
have sex with me?
Right. Right. And him. The cat that she really want.
Right, because when you're a sugar daddy, you ain't the only
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But yeah, but no, I done got off topic, but going back to what you said about just the promotion of and then using religion as the reason
Mhm.
why.
Mhm.
It's strange to me.
It is strange.
Like you and
It's
I
perverse.
yeah, you and I both grew up in the church.
Mhm.
Our mothers were my mother is still deep into the church.
Mhm.
I could never see, and my mother's in a relationship. She's been in a relationship for 30 plus years. I could never see my mother bowing down to the man she's in a relationship and just saying, okay, well, I'll just do these traditional things.
Mhm.
He would be out on the street so fast. Even if he had that mentality, which he does not, obviously. I don't get it.
Well, one, because they've never actually read the Bible for themselves in most cases, and they don't recognize probably the verses where it say, "Husband, don't stress your wife. Wife, don't stress your husband." I'm sure they probably never read those episodes, and I mean episodes. My goodness, they never read those verses and all of that
Maybe
entails.
the DOJ redacted all.
Yeah, perhaps, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it is also like the style of dress. You know what I'm saying? Like they wanna wear those old flowing dresses and have their hair pent up and got on makeup all day, every day, and it's just like, no, I want my wife to be comfortable when we
To
walking around the
please me,
Yeah, I want you to be comfortable walking around the house.
how does it make you feel like a man by forcing your wife? Now, and a lot of these young ladies do it. And for those listening, we're not speaking for these young ladies. We're just going off of how we feel about the
A
situation.
lot of them do it, like you said, for the lifestyle, for the money.
Right.
Because they are kind of lazy and they don't wanna work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let me go get a cat with some money that's gonna take care of me, and, yeah, I'll do all of these things, I'll sacrifice these things, but what you don't which goes back to what I was saying about the rights. What you don't understand is when you get older, because a lot of these dudes, like you were just talking about the sugar daddies, when you get older, he gonna trade you in for a newer model, and you gonna be out on the street with nothing.
Or be careful. I done seen enough true crime stories.
Or yeah,
Your ass end
yeah,
up dead.
yeah,
And that young girl trying to
yeah.
take all your money.
Yeah, but you wanna relinquish all of your rights, then you're not gonna be able to sue in divorce court. You're not gonna be able to, have a bank account. So like you were saying, so you got nothing. These fools wanna make it so you can't even vote. Just let that sink in. I don't understand the whole traditional wife. This is what you wanna go back to when you are basically, like you said, a consummate mother whore, as they say on The Best Man.
I mean, we have some of these guys that have come out that said women aren't smart enough to vote. Like a woman should not be allowed to make any decisions outside of the home. What?
What? What? Yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
That right there alone is wild to me.
Yeah.
And if you are someone who's living that lifestyle, just hearing your partner, the person you love and is supposed to love you,
Mhm,
say those
mhm.
things. And you even have some pastors up there saying this
What if
type of stuff. And then their wives getting in the car with them and going home. You know how awkward that ride would be if I was a pastor and I was still married to my ex-wife? Man, she'd probably grab the wheel and run us both into a tree.
awkward for us, but for them, I guess they bought into it. They don't see anything wrong with it. They're like, "Yeah, absolutely. This is my job. This is my role." But it again is misunderstood. That's not your role. Like you were saying, it's a partnership. Whenever you get through, in the end, a marriage or a relationship is a partnership, equal parts.
Your opinion should matter to me.
Absolutely. And as a man, I value your opinion. I want to hear your opinion because I don't know everything. If we got a house together, what I decide to do for the house, with the house, etc., it affects you also. So you should have some input. I want your input because maybe I got a blind spot. And maybe I need you to say, "Hey, hold on,
Yeah, you tripping.
yeah, you about to you about to f up, fall back." So I don't know, man. I don't know. Somebody, leave us a comment, help us to understand. Are we way off base on this trad wife thing? I don't know. Let's get local for a minute, bro. Here in Indiana, the attorney general and the governor has introduced some legislation that is basically trying to force schools. They're in this legislation. They have a mandate that says schools must cooperate with ICE. If they call, if they come to visit, schools have to cooperate. Are drug dealers, rapists, murderers hanging out in schools?
Apparently so. Elementary schools too.
I mean, like, if the original objective is to go after the quote unquote worst of the worst,
You have my blessing. Go ahead.
why do you need legislation that says schools must cooperate with ICE? What are you really trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish by telling schools that they have to cooperate with ICE? Sounds to me like you're targeting kids.
Well, as a parent, I mean, I understand that some schools have, police presence now.
Sure.
I get that, especially here in central Indiana. I expect that. But I don't want some federal government agency being allowed to walk the halls of my kids'
No.
school. I'm pulling my kids out that school so damn
Yes.
fast.
Yes. Yeah.
And as any parent, whether you're a Republican or Democrat,
Correct.
you shouldn't want that.
No, sir. No. Talk about a kid feeling unsafe. Talk about a kid being scared to go to school. I mean, like, they always talk about this ridiculous mess about kids going to school as girls and coming home as boys, which is like the absolute most absurd thing ever. I mean, like, biologically, scientifically impossible. But think about you send your kid to school, that kid may not come home. And you like, where's my kid? The government took him.
Oh, hell. And see, and the difference is, too, a lot of these families, they're operating in just absolute, just grief when their children are being. You're going to come across the wrong set of parents when their child's not coming home. Some of these ICE agents have been doxxed. Nothing's happened. And again, I don't want anything to happen to them or their family. Somebody's going to get doxxed and something bad's going to happen. You know it. I know it. We've seen it a million times in this country. One thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. It's like a chain reaction.
Sure.
Dude, I saw a episode of First 48 years ago. And this dude was in a gas station. He was trying to leave. And on the camera from the inside, he looked out and he saw somebody. He came back in. 30, 40 seconds later, he was dead. End of the episode. You know who shot and killed him? The brother of somebody that dude had killed 11 years ago.
Recognize
that dude
him.
was 6 years old.
Wow.
So from 6 to 17, he waited for that dude to get out of jail after serving a manslaughter conviction. I think he got like 10 years. So he was 6 when his brother was killed. Shot and killed that dude at the gas station.
That's crazy. That's wild, bro.
One thing leads to another.
Yeah.
To another.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I'm just, I just don't understand I just want to say vote, people.
I want
Down ballot voting matters.
I want to mention something locally too. So the governor hasn't mentioned it himself publicly, but our idiot lieutenant governor talked about it
What an
on
idiot.
something. Where I guess Governor Braun wants Beckwith to do a meeting of sorts with community leaders, church leaders, and so on and so forth. He's going to do an executive order to have churches, community leaders, organizers, yada, 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 get together and pick up the slack where the government's not. Yeah, the look on your face, I had to read it twice. So he's going to go around to churches and tell the churches, hey, can you help out? Ain't that what they already do? Well, at least some of them do. But he's about to put an executive order in place.
It help out with what though? Isn't that way too vague?
Help out with people who can't afford this or can't afford that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, you're right. Some churches already do that, but don't come ask me that. You have way more resources than I do. Why would you want to put that burden on me?
But the fact that that's already what the churches are supposed to be doing for the,
Yes.
and now you acting like you give a damn.
But you actively trying to cut people's
That's
health
my
care.
point. That's my point right there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut it because the state ain't about to do it. The church about to do it.
Yeah.
And look, normally I'm like, well, yeah, hell yeah, make the church do it. Since they want to get into politics so much, have the church help out a little bit more. But you and I both know this ain't to help no damn body.
Nah, it's not.
It's for optics.
100%. 100%. That's wild, bro. You want to get into some Iran stuff real quick?
All right. So, as I mentioned before we started, now neither one of us will lose any sleep if the Ayatollah or the president are taken out, arrested, whatever the case may be. Why now? Is the question I have. Let's be real. They don't have any missiles that can reach us.
Well, wait, though. I mean, because just a few months ago, they were telling us that their entire nuclear stockpile was obliterated, destroyed.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist. Rubble, nothing left.
Yeah, and those are all the words he said, too.
So just in a few months, they are able to
rebuild the whole facility,
restock all of their nuclear and fire off missiles.
So you remember my bodyguard. That's all this is.
Speak on that.
So for those who don't know, My Bodyguard is a movie. The bodyguard ended up being I forget the dude's name.
This is 70s. We talking Matt Dillon and yeah. Matt Dillon was the bully. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go get somebody to help me. We are the bodyguard. We've swooped in at the behest of someone else. You know who it is. I know who it is. But at the risk
one
of being,
that was here a couple weeks ago,
being called something that I know I'm not, I won't say who it is.
The one that was here a couple weeks ago. Figure it out.
What the fuck are we doing? Again, I'm not gonna lose any sleep if the Ayatollah and the president are gone. I don't care. Bye. Hopefully the people of Iran can go back to what it was in the 70s when they were able, women and men were able to go mingle at the beach and have a good time and whatever. But this shit here is nothing but a power grab.
A few things. They're much bigger than Iraq.
3 times the size.
Iran is much bigger than Iraq. This is not going to be a easy peasy cakewalk. This is not the smoke that we want. Not that they can beat us, but if this escalates to the level that we fear, this is going to be a long war. With that being said, you keep claiming that you've ended 8 wars, which is a lie. But all I see are you starting wars. You go and invade Venezuela. Now you're bombing Iran. You keep talking about invading Greenland, which you want to take by force because they don't want to give it to you. On what planet do you live on, bro, where you think you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize? You obviously don't know what peace means. Like, you are the antithesis of fucking peace
And then to put together a board of peace, what he's doing, especially
with a
when
bunch of criminals.
with a bunch of criminals, 2 have active international warrants.
Correct.
Let me say that again. 2 people on the board of peace have active international criminal court war crime warrants on their heads, which is Netanyahu and Putin.
We have a UN. We don't need you to create a pseudo board of peace. We have a UN that's supposed to do that already.
But what's crazy too, if you remember the UN, because they held an emergency meeting today.
Mhm.
I was watching on BBC News. If you remember the UN, how you feel today?
Mm,
What am I here for?
mm. Strange times we're living in, bro.
But what's crazy is that at this point, and I'm happy. I'm not saying I want this to happen because Lord knows I don't. One of these days, somebody's gonna stand up in that UN meeting and was like, "Well, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna put boots on the ground and fight America."
Mm,
Now, that's a suicide mission, but someone in the UN will say eventually, enough is enough.
correct. Correct. Honestly, bro, we as Americans need to stand up and say enough is enough. We're at that point. I mean, like, we know Republicans aren't going to do anything, but Lord have mercy, we have got to vote in these midterms. We have got to have some accountability. I don't even think this is a Republican Democrat thing anymore.
Mm-mm.
This is just a right and wrong. We're headed for destruction.
And on top of this, with the Board of Peace and everything else, what people don't understand is behind the scenes, he's consolidating power
Yeah, and getting paid.
and getting paid.
Getting paid in the process. It's all a ruse. I mean, like, it ain't even hard to see. Like we were saying in the other podcast, it's not even sophisticated.
No, it's just right here.
Yeah, it's all right here in the open.
Yeah.
The problem is these Republicans just keep trying to turn a blind eye to it, but it's not even sophisticated. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, you know what they're thinking is too. Well, if there's no midterms, I'll just stay in power.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Which also may be a reason why so quick to react and so quick to bomb, because if you can claim that we're in war, you can use the Emergency War Act and basically cancel the election. Oh, boy. I mean, we hate to say that we predicted this, but I mean, I don't like we just said, it wasn't even sophisticated. I think the plan was always simple. It's just that no one was pushing back against it.
And again, you and I are the type of people that would hear people say stuff like this, and we'd be like, "Nah, that'll never happen here."
Right.
But yet here we are.
Here we are. You're right. In America, here we are. All right, y'all. As you probably noticed by now that we went past current events and our work, but we are going to keep our 5 on the black hand side segment and our closing monologue. So, with that being said, we're going to get into our 5 on the black hand side. What's the movie we picked this week, bro?
So today we picked Roll Bounce.
Roll Bounce.
Came out in 2005. So I'm gonna give a brief synopsis of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So the setting is 78 Chicago.
Yep, South Side.
When we were 3. And during those days, you know, roller disco craze. The story follows Xavier Smith,
Mm-hmm.
played by Bow Wow,
Mm-hmm.
talented young skater whose world revolves around his local South Side hangout, Palisade Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
The conflict in the movie, the beloved Palisade Gardens closes doors.
Mm-hmm.
X and his crew of friends find that they've lost their second home, left with nowhere to skate in their own neighborhood. They're forced to head across town to the flashy upscale Sweetwater roller rink on the north side.
Who the man up there?
Sweetwater.
Sweetness.
Sorry, Sweetness. Yeah. Yeah, we ain't talking about Walter.
Yeah.
So at Sweetwater, they're underdogs. They immediately clash with the reigning king of the rink, a flashy and arrogant superstar named Sweetness, played by Wesley Jonathan.
Sweetness.
To earn respect and prove they belong, X and his crew enter the annual Sweetwater Skate Off, a high stakes competition with a cash prize that could change everything. Here's a little known fact about the Bow Wow and Wesley Jonathan. They did pretty much everything,
All the skating.
all the skating, because apparently both of them were like avid skaters.
Interesting.
And a lot of people behind the scenes in the crew said that like those scenes were real. Like
Of
dudes,
them skating?
yeah,
Oh,
they
wow.
were competing. Like, and they say off camera they argued, like they were literally fighting with each other trying to win.
Can you skate?
Used to be able to.
Not for
very
me.
well.
Not for me, bro. I will break my neck, bro.
So
it was not my thing.
So not to jump off subject. Well, we didn't go to the skating rink back in the day, which we'll get to. We didn't go to the skating rink back home.
Right.
We went and stood on the wall and talked to girls.
Right.
When we went to Gatlinburg, I think it was our maybe 3rd wedding anniversary, and we were in Gatlinburg that first night. We went up into the mountains and went ice skating.
Interesting.
And I lost my balance. I'm pretty sure I thought I told you this story.
You did, but you can ice skate and roller skate.
No, I didn't say I could.
Oh, okay,
I tried.
okay.
I lost my balance. Now she out there skating, and she could skate. And she rolled past, messing with me. And this dude was like, "Hey man, just take your hand off the wall, just do this and do this, and it'll help you get moving." And I was moving. Lost my balance, landed on my back. The first 2 days of the trip, we didn't do nothing.
Back.
Oh man, I was messed up. Knocked the wind out of me.
Yeah.
Everything. First and only time I've ever had the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah.
Scary as hell.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the heart of the story, while the movie is packed with high energy skating routines and 70s comedy, of course, Mike Epps and Charlie Murphy is in it. The real story is about family. X is secretly struggling to connect with his grieving father. Curtis, played by Shy McBride, who's hiding the fact that he lost his job. The rink becomes the place where X doesn't just learn to compete, he learns to how to grow up, handle loss, and find his own rhythm.
No, I agree. I think this is more of a coming of age story for X and his buddies, and also a story about how to deal with grief. So that's the backdrop. You got a few touching scenes, and his father was ignoring the grief of the mom passing, and Xavier Bow Wow noticed that his father was struggling, but also at the same time was like, man, you got to stop ignoring me. Like, she's gone, she's not coming back. I miss her too, but you got to be here for us. Like, we need you. So snap out of it and be a father. So yeah, it was very, very touching in those moments. Like I said, the skating is the main focus, but the backdrop is a story about grief and about growing up and coming of age and all of that. You mentioned Mike Epps, Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy, the garbage man.
It was
absolutely
stupid,
hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious. I really got a great cast. I'm trying to think. The crew: Brandon T. Jackson,
Cleo Thomas.
Yep. What's the
Journey Smollett?
Journey Smollett. What's the Hispanic kid, like Rick something, the Puerto Rican guy?
I got his name in there. Who else was in there real quick?
There was cameos by Wayne Brady, cameos by Megan Good was in that, cameos by Nick Cannon.
Oh yeah, he sure was.
Yeah. He got a really great cast.
Him and Wesley Jonathan in the same movie. That's the first time anybody ever seen them two together.
Yeah, exactly.
Soundtrack.
Great soundtrack. Great 70s soundtrack. Yeah. She mentioned the Bee Gees. She was singing Emotions. I love that song. One of my favorites. Yeah, just an all around good movie, man. I really did enjoy this movie more than I thought I would. Actually, I mean, because we were grown ups when this movie came out.
Yeah,
bro.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The kids loved it too.
Yeah,
as they were growing up.
Well, I was watching it with the kids, and I'm just like, oh, I actually like this movie because I'm like, I don't want to watch. I want to watch a movie about roller skating and disco. Like, I don't skate. I'm not a roller skater. I'm like, this does not appeal to me. But yeah, this movie actually did appeal to me. I liked it a lot.
So I liken it to obviously, we grew up around quite a few skating rinks when we were coming up. 2 in particular, Screaming Wheels, which is where our older siblings
Right.
would have been going, and then, of course, the Roller Dome.
Yep. Gosling.
Of course, we just used to call it the skating rink.
The rink, right.
Yeah, the rink. We used to get dropped off to, man, it was basically like a neighborhood daycare.
Yeah.
I mean, back in them days, you can drop your kids off, like, literally at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they would just skate.
Yeah.
All day long.
I wouldn't call what I was doing skating. It was more like falling, because that's all I did was fall. It's definitely not my bag, bro. I don't know why. I don't know if I just never took enough time to actually care, but man, I can't even stand up in skates, bro.
So one of the things that I think this generation missed out a lot on, and that movie helped remind, because we used to talk about it a lot, those lock-ins. The Screaming Wheels used to have lock-ins. Then they would feed you breakfast. And for those who've never been to a lock-in, because the Y used to have, I went to a couple of those. Screaming Wheels would have the lock-ins. The Screaming Wheels was in Gary. And they would literally lock the doors at midnight.
Yeah.
And you be there, and it was just an all-night skating park.
Yeah, pretty much.
At the Y in Hammond, it was the same thing. We played basketball, football, wrestle.
Yep, all night.
That trampoline room. Everything.
I never went in there.
It was stinky and it was hot in the mouth.
True. But yeah, I was just mostly trying to play ball and then where the girls at.
Which during them lockouts, it was a lot of everybody.
Yeah.
And of course for us, I mean, it was in a different school district, even though
bro, we used to walk to the Y,
yes, sir.
Bro.
Walk there, home.
That's a long ass walk.
It's not though.
It felt like it.
So that first, well, if you went this way toward Columbia Center, because it depended on.
So you're saying when you cut up Southeastern, it makes it a lot shorter.
Yeah, because especially now, because they got those bike paths and you can walk. And you ain't got to cut through grass. But yeah, if you went toward Columbia Center, sometimes you had 10,
and then
people.
take all the way, which is what it was. You want to just be with the crowd, so most of the time it was to walk through Columbia Center.
Shoot, man, we used to ride our bikes to Columbia Center, and man,
which is that's far away from the crib.
Dirt bikes, not 10 speeds, dirt bikes.
Imagine our kids when they were small.
Yelling.
You'd be like, "No, you're not.
You're not going there."
Yeah, we're gonna walk. No, you're not. Get in the car. I'll drop you off. Like you ain't. Yeah, the times were so different back then.
I still say, man, if I told my mother now some of the places I've been, she would be like, "You did what?"
Facts.
So something that, and I'm sure once I say it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." If I asked you, was there a sequel to Roll Bounce? What would you say?
No.
It was.
Really?
Sure was.
What was the sequel, bro?
It was set in Atlanta.
The movie with T.I. now?
6 months later, with a whole different cast. It's the same movie.
But it's not Malcolm Lee, though, right?
No.
So okay, I get you. It's not an official.
Right.
I got you. I feel you.
It's basically.
You're right, though.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, Chris Robinson. That was his first.
Right.
But it's funny because when I was like doing research on the movie again, and there's somebody mentioned.
Hold on, man. Now I'm thinking about this.
It's the same movie.
So the Lauren London character is basically the Megan Good character.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
T.I.'s
bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Jeez, oh Pete, you're right. It is the
Big
same
Boy is
movie.
Wesley Jonathan, just in a different manner.
Yeah, straight up.
Which, by the way, dude, his character was hilarious in that movie.
Wesley Jonathan or Big Boy?
Big Boy.
Oh man.
He had some memorable scenes in that movie.
Yeah, but I couldn't buy him as the gangster though.
But what was fun is he wasn't trying to. He just was who he was. What'd he say? I know who I think it is. Oh man, when T.I. jumped out, was hitting on the window.
Yeah.
And he said, "Boy, y'all," what he said? No, he was walking in the house. And he said, "Boy, y'all light-skinned people so think y'all hard."
Yeah. That was what's the name first movie? Diana Ross' son. That was his first movie, right? Evan Ross.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which he did a good job in it too. But yeah, those movies were set. Let me see. Well, it came out different years, obviously, but it was only 6 months apart.
I did not know that, bro. But you're right. It is pretty much these same movies because they were skating at the rink and all that kind of stuff.
That was
So
their thing.
yeah, you're right, bro. I never even paid attention to that, man.
Dealing with grief.
Yeah, facts,
Because their mother wasn't there.
facts. You're right. You're right. Instead of a little sister, it was a little brother that was old enough to get into some trouble.
To get into some trouble.
Yeah. But no, you're right, bro. I never even thought about that. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but that roll bounce, even now, I think in the last year, I've walked into the house and that movie was on.
It's a good rewatch.
Yeah.
It really is. And again, I probably gave it away, but yeah, I like this movie. I really do. So you want to rate this thing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. I'm gonna give it four high fives on the black hand side.
You know what? I think I'm gonna match that because
All right.
I don't think it's a 5,
Mm-mm.
but the nostalgia of it,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
like we said, the skating culture was
Right.
coming up.
Right. And like I said, it did have some touching moments. It's not all just goofy and comedic. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed this. This is probably my if I was to rank Malcolm Lee movies, The Best Man, the first one, is probably his best movie, but Roll Bounce would be his second movie. And then you can throw in Undercover Brother and Best Man Christmas and all that other garbage. But
those that don't know, that's Spike Lee's brother.
Cousin, I think.
No, it's his brother.
Is it?
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah. This is probably my second favorite Malcolm Lee movie. All right, well, we got one more segment to get to, and we are going to go into our closing monologue. Are you ready, brother?
You know what? I am, but I want to say something before I get into the closing monologue.
Okay.
2 things that are near and dear to our heart: Hammond, Indiana, and the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
I just want to say something.
Okay. I think I know where you're going with
This
this,
is
but
to
go
the
ahead.
Chicago listeners. Nobody wants to be you.
Oh man.
Let me say that again. We don't want to be you.
Oh
We ain't
man.
never tried to be you. Do we enjoy Chicago? Absolutely. My favorite city on this planet is Chicago, Illinois. Always has been.
Mm-hmm.
But you think that just because the Chicago Bears are looking at coming to Hammond, Indiana, that we just want to be you?
Well, that has nothing to do with fandom.
Right.
bro.
We didn't want to be called the Greater Chicagoland area. Mr. McCormick, who used to run the Chicago Sun-Times, gave us that moniker. We've never tried to be you politically. We have always been the Calumet region, or the region for short.
Hammond is closer to Chicago, downtown Chicago, than a lot of the suburbs.
Way closer.
Thank you. Way closer. So I don't even get the disdain because we've always been there.
My mother rode the South Shore for 2 decades, daily, with my auntie.
Simple as that.
Daily.
Simple as that. You can leave where we grew up. I lived on one street, you lived on the next street. We can leave there and be in downtown Chicago in what, 10, 15 minutes?
Yes.
And we're not exaggerating. 10, 15 minutes, we'd be in downtown Chicago.
Now, is it a little longer now? Yeah, because there's more cars on the road now. Because getting on the Dan Ryan, or that section by over there where my father lived. Which even with that, I spent half of my life in the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
Commuting back to Hammond to go to high school every day.
Yeah.
And when anybody asked me where I was from, I'm from Hammond.
In fact, Arlington Heights is further away from Chicago than Hammond is.
Dude, Arlington Heights from downtown Chicago on a good day is 45 minutes. On a good day. And on game day, we're talking an hour 15.
Better believe it. If not more, because of traffic. Better believe it.
I saw one of the complaints from somebody who came over from Chicago to Hammond to just look at the area was the damn train down there by the roller rink. well, this is going to like slow down. No, it's not, because if you're coming from the south side, you don't have to worry about that shit. If you're getting off the tollway, you ain't got to worry about that shit.
Right. But the smart thing would be to increase the trains. That would be the smart thing.
Well, I mean, like the
I
freight.
get you.
Yeah.
freight trains.
Freight
Okay,
train right there by
okay.
off of
Okay.
Gosling.
Well, hey, that's just a part of living in Hammond, the trains.
Period. Which I don't miss.
No, sir.
I don't miss that shit
No,
at all.
sir.
But I feel like I had to say that. And again, we love Chicago.
Yeah.
We are called the Greater Chicagoland area
Correct.
by Chicago.
Correct. Even when you see some commercials, they say Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana.
Yes. Or Webb Ford and Highland. Come and see us at your Greater Chicagoland area, Webb Ford and Highland, Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we were discussing on the phone the other day, East Chicago
is east of Chicago,
which is in
Indiana.
Thank you.
Again, not saying we don't love the city, because we do.
Right.
It is a must whenever I go home that I do go into Chicago, get some food, go downtown, whatever the case may be. Love the place. But man, so many people were coming out like we were New Jersey, like we the armpit of the Midwest.
Right. That's what I don't get. That part.
When the second they build that stadium, all y'all will be in Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah, I feel you. You close the monologue, bro?
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right.
So I want to talk about the Board of Peace, or the Board of Kings, rather.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it the Board of Peace, but look at who's holding the gavel. We're told this is the most prestigious board in history. When you look at the names, it looks less like a peace summit, more like a lineup. You have Benjamin Netanyahu, I mentioned earlier, an active ICC arrest warrant for war crimes. Sitting as a founding member, by the way, you have Tony Blair, who orchestrated the Iraq disaster, giving advice on stability. Let me say that again. Tony Blair is giving advice on stability. And then there's the chairman himself, telling us that since this board exists, they can finally, and I quote, do whatever they want. Well, today, whatever they want looks like Operation Epic Fury, which is also a dumbass name. It's nothing but Tomahawk missiles over Tehran. None of us, look, I mentioned earlier, none of us are shedding tears for the Ayatollah. We know that regime has been a boot on the neck of Iranian people since you and I were 4 years old. If they were gone tomorrow, the world might be a better place. But don't tell me this war is about helping the Iranian people. This isn't help, it's a power grab. This is about a board of indicted leaders and billionaires using our military to settle old scores and stabilize, air quotes, a region by setting it on fire. We don't want this war. We would love for Iran to be free, but we won't get it from a board that thinks peace is something you buy with $1 million entry fee. $1 billion entry fee and enforce with a predator drone. If this is the new peace, I'm terrified of what they call war.
All right. Well said. All right, y'all. This concludes episode 23 of For the Fam podcast. We tried to keep it light-ish.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
It's all good. Again, y'all, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We want to give a shout out to our international listeners. I'm sorry. And tell a friend, like, share, comment, subscribe, all the things y'all already know how to do. You can find us anywhere that you get your typical podcast, and you can also find us on YouTube, audio only. So give us a listen. Like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend. With that being said, we'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.